Hi, I'm Jared from the Broken Seal, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing of Tyrants of the Underdark. This is the reprint or second. I don't think it's the second edition. I think it's the reprint from the original game. The original game had miniatures. This game uses cardboard tokens. That's one of the main things I know about it. I think it also incorporates the expansions that were made for the original game into one box. Main thing I do know, online, there's a lot of people who are somewhat upset that this doesn't have miniatures, that there's no like miniatures add-on or something like that. I can understand why they didn't do it. It's cheaper if you just go with cardboard as opposed to miniatures. At the same time, I'm a big fan of deluxification, if you haven't been able to tell by the channel. So I also have a lot of D&D miniatures, so I can probably just put some drow in there. We'll figure it out. Also, there's a special guest here. Kiri is right off to the side here on my right, what I think will be your guys' left. I'm still horrible with figuring out where things are when I go to record these. But as a dog owner, dogs are almost always around, and because of the layout of our house, which is all open space, I can't close them out. Hopefully it doesn't get too loud for you guys. Maybe I can get her to pop up for you. But anyway, let's go ahead and dig on in. Tyrants of the Underdark. Seize the Underdark. Take your place as leader of a Drow house, and fight for control of the Underdark. Build your deck throughout the game to recruit Drow, dragons, cultists, and demon minions, and use them to assassinate enemy troops or to infiltrate and control your opponent's strongholds. Choose your strategy carefully, though, for only one house can rule the Underdark. So this takes place in the Underdark. If you couldn't tell by the 10 times that I said Underdark, I believe it takes place in Menzo Barazaran. Don't know how to pronounce that correctly. I don't think anybody does really. Which is one of the major cities in the Underdark. So we're going to have 4 Drow House playmats, 340 minion cards, 288 die-cut pieces, storage tray, rule book, market board, game board, and a pad of scorecards. So let's see what we got inside. Also, Kiri's moved over there, which hopefully the microphones pick up that grunting that happened as soon as I said that, because that was kind of cute. So obligatory, no top of the box art, top inside of the box art. Check. Our rule book isn't too bad. It's 17 pages with a lot of graphics and artwork, so I'm not at all worried about learning and teaching this. Also, in case you guys haven't, in terms of editing, I have a lot of backlog because we decided to do the unstable week. So a lot of stuff that I had filmed hasn't come out yet because I needed to record and edit the unstable week stuff. So I was gonna say, as you all know, I'm a fan of deck building, but the review that I've done of Ignite hasn't come out yet, at least not as of this, and it most likely won't because I have to get 2 other unboxing videos out, and this one, and the gameplay videos that we already have. So whenever Ignite comes out, you'll find out that I'm a big fan of deck building, the Ignite review, not the Ignite gameplay. So that's one of the main reasons why I got this. I'm very much a fan of deck building games, and this reminded me a lot of Clank in the sense that you're deck building, but you also have a board state that you have to worry about. Speaking of board, let's see what we have. All right, so the board isn't too bad. It definitely doesn't fit on the zoomed in that I have for the top down right now. So at the top here, we have Gauntlegrim, Menzo Barazaran, the Fairlin, as well as some, it looks like smaller cities, or at least maybe key points in the Underdark. The Underdark itself, nerd aside, if you're not already a nerd because you're watching this and it's D&D, Menzo Barazaran and the Underdark, not Menzo Barazaran, wow. The Underdark has a lot of shifting landscape because people don't have it fully mapped out. That was the whole plot line, or one of the major plot lines behind, wow, what was it? The Underdark campaign that I actually ran for a bit. Out of the Abyss. I was looking over there because we have two major, really tall bookcases, and bookshelves, bookcase. Our D&D stuff is right here, and we recently organized them, so make it much easier to look over and find stuff. But anyway, shifting landscape in the Underdark, so it's never fully mapped out. One of the main cities in the Underdark is Menzoberranzan. Gauntlgrim is actually above, but it's above the Underdark proper, but connects to the Underdark as well as to the top world. This is a long aside. I don't know how much of this is going to stay in. But moving down, you can see other locations. We have Aramikos, which I believe is like a fungal city. And we have Chichil. That's how I'm going to pronounce that. Senvilki. And wow, that one, not going to even try. But regardless, the board looks nice. It's easy to tell everything apart because they went with like dark tones for the background art and then very clear white and black delineations between all of these things in between, which makes it much easier to look at. So kudos to them for that one. Then we have our house stuff. So we have 2 neutrals and then 1, 2, 3, 4 houses. And I'm pretty sure it's just 2 to 4 players, right? Yes, 2 to 4 players, so I'm not sure what these are. Maybe these are coins for purchasing or tracking your power to purchase. And we'll just pop out this first player one, see how. So, average quality in terms of cardboard material. Hopefully there's no buckling that happens. So then we have our row cards. We have House Guards, Priestess of Loth, Insane Outcast, Victory Point tokens, Devoured cards, Market Deck cards, the Market Deck, and then the Market cards themselves. I'm assuming at least these 3 will be ones that have that are always out. Kind of like in Clank, there's the Tome, the Fighter, and then the Explorer. I'm assuming that's what these 3 pretty much are. This would be where we could store our little tokens, possibly, which I'm assuming is what these are. And then this would be cards that get destroyed that are removed from the game, but, still somewhat around. Nothing on the back. Then we have our houses. We have the Mizram, Zorlarin, Baynir, and Barrison del Amargo. I thought that these had asymmetric abilities, but I don't think so, considering all the information on them is the same. But regardless, even if they don't, very clear delineations between them all. I'll just hold it like that. You can see, orange, this dark blue, black, and then a bright red. Again, just commenting on the fact that they really chose their colors well for this. We have a score sheet. We have baggies. Every unboxing that you see me do, if they ever include baggies, I'm always going to say that I love that because there aren't enough games that include baggies. Then we got some minion cards. I'll open up a pack of them and see how they feel and the quality and all that. I always feel like an idiot when I can't get these open and they have the little tear thing on them. I just swear that they don't always include a perforated little edge for you to get a fingernail in. It's like 50-50. All right, so we got a Spectator, a Goth, Mind Witness, and then an actual Beholder, as well as a Death Tyrant. It really went deep on the Beholder subtypes and stuff, because for people who are unfamiliar, Beholder is one of the classic D&D villains. They're multi-eyed, they're all tentacles and stuff. They have a central eye that can nullify magic and magical effects. These are all different types of beholders, and then the Death Tyrant is a beholder that has died and then comes back and still has their eyes, but they're no longer connected and all that stuff, so kind of cool. Regarding the card quality themselves, it's standard thickness for the cards, so these will be getting sleeved, just because, I mean, I sleeve everything, that's why. I'm really not going to try and justify it. And got a whole bunch of minions. I'm going to assume that this is where we have, like, some core cards. So, let's see. No, these are all still more minions. I assumed because this was just a big, thick thing of cards that they'd be different. You know, it's still possible that they could be. Like, this says core on it. Yeah, so they are still different. I'm guessing because it's a deck builder and all the cards have to be uniform. The minion cards, like the actual deck row cards versus the cards you start off with and cards that you have out in the market row. Yeah, cards that you have out in the market row all have to have the same back, so I guess they just decided to go with minion. I'm not a big fan of that. I wish they would have just had card art on the back, or they could have just used this spider web. But that's what we got. So we have some starter cards. So a lot of nobles. Then we have some soldiers. Those are the only two starting cards that I could find. The rest have core. These are our insane outcasts. Yeah, see, so for instance, the spectator has 1 out of 40 on the bottom. Let me put it down here actually. On the bottom down here, whereas these two have starter on their bottom, and then these insane outcasts, which we know go in the market row, have core on the bottom. So they delineated somehow. These are just more insane outcasts. All right, well, luckily that is it. I'll show off some more of the card art. So we have a Priestess of Loth. We've got a House Guard. And I'll open up, let's see, since these all have minion backing, we'll open up this one. Let's see what's inside. So we've got Dragon Cultists, Red Wormlings, Dragon Claw. So these are all from Horde of the Dragon Queen. The artwork, at least. I don't know, what plot they're following. I also noticed that the symbol down here for these cards is like a dragon, which would make sense with the Dragon Cult and the dragon, all that shit. But the symbol down here is an Illithid or a Mind Flayer. So I guess either of these were from the different sets that they've combined into just the core set now, or maybe there's some kind of like benefit to playing with the certain cards. Not sure. Like maybe the dragon cards have synergy with one another, which would be fairly on brand for a deck builder. But yeah, so that's it. Let's check the bottom of the box for any potential artwork. Nope, there is none. And that's all. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, you can like, comment, and even subscribe down below. In the description box, we also have some information about our Ko-fi if you want to check that out. Until next time. Bye.